Now, I'm always going to give you a fair take, and I'm not going to bury this guy, and I'm just going to give you the facts, man.
Jesse on fire, from what I can see, is commenting on fighting and politics. He had a chat with Destiny, and here's some highlights to show what I believe is a severe allergy to reading and fact-checking. First topic, Jacob Chansley gets 41 months in prison for January 6th riot.
Subscribe!
Slam brigade.
Why is the shaman, why did he get let out of jail again?
Wasn't he convicted?
And then he got let out of jail when the full, record of video footage came out. They just straight up let him out.
You're wrong. Whoever you talk to, whatever they told you, it's wrong.
The January 6th rioter was sentenced to 41 months in prison. I don't know what you mean about
let
letting
out. Tucker Carlson did the expose with all the full breadth of footage from the January 6th, and he was shown.
Tucker Carlson did not give you the full breadth of footage. Tucker Carlson gave you a heavily edited, 2-minute splice of him being led to the Senate chambers once the building was already broken into.
Enough footage for him to just be let out of jail a week later.
You sure?
Chansley's move to a halfway house wasn't connected to the recently released videos. Albert Watkins, the lawyer who represented Chansley during the trial, told us the release of Mr. Chansley was solely a decision of the Bureau of Prisons and was based on the plea agreement, sentence, and the protocols of the Bureau of Prisons. It was a decision which was part of an established protocol in place since well prior to the release of the videos.
These are facts.
This is how dumb Jesse is and how little he cares about reality. Also, check out what Fox reported because he got his information from Tucker Carlson.
For the record, Jake is out on schedule, Chansley's attorney Bill Shipley tweeted. I told him 16 months ago in our first conversation it would be February or March 2023. I didn't do anything extraordinary, this was always the schedule.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Even Fox News reported the lawyers said this was always the schedule. I wonder where Jesse does get his information from then.
You've been fed misinformation and you want to think that everything is the same as everything else. And so
what I'm telling you is I have not been fed misinformation because I don't look into any of these things strongly. I look at the outcomes and I go, oh, all right. So,
Is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid?
Yes.
If you don't look strongly into things, then how do you know you haven't been misinformed? His fairy tale doesn't even fit what Fox News said. It'd be better if he did get fed misinformation because then at least we'd have a source for how he comes to his opinions.
Do you acknowledge that every single conspiracy about vaccines ended up being incorrect?
No, but let me
wait, what was one that ended up being correct?
I mean, the fact that they were, it's not even about conspiracy. It was an untested medicine.
Wrong. You ain't never been right.
An untested
it was medicine. Tested, right? There were trials, right?
No, they did no human trials on the boosters. Also,
wait, no, not the booster, on the original vaccine. There were trials for that, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe we've established that.
Next, there is a lot of concern regarding what some perceive as a rushed process. Again, while it was the fastest rollout of a vaccine in history, this still isn't accurate. When we say that the vaccine was fast-tracked, we are saying that long regulatory periods were eliminated. Basically, all the bureaucratic hurdles and red tape which would normally delay vaccine development were removed, for obvious reasons. The clinical trials themselves were not abbreviated in any way.
Interesting.
Clinical trials were completed. No one is a guinea pig. Many people are worried about what they view as brand new experimental technology. This is not the case. Moderna has been working on this technology for over a decade. Scientists have been working on this for a while, so the pertinent research had already been done. Once the novel coronavirus genome was sequenced, the vaccine was developed immediately.
It's fascinating.
Just more misinformation from a meat-headed moron too lazy and stupid to check for himself. And here's more proof this lummox doesn't even understand how easily his smooth brain is infected with nonsense.
So did New York fire 70,000 healthcare workers that refused to take the shot?
No.
Literally, the very first action that the new governor took was she fired 70,000 healthcare workers in New York who did not want to take the shot, and they lost their jobs. 70,000.
The actual number of healthcare worker firings due to the vaccine requirements was 10,555.
And for balance, let's see what Fox has to say.
An estimated 34,000 healthcare workers lost their jobs as a result of New York's COVID-19 vaccine mandate.
Yet again, even the right-wing media does not support what Jesse claims. So it seems he doesn't get fed misinformation, he just makes up complete bollocks instead.
Don't you ever get tired of spouting such utter bollocks?
So what would you need to see, what kind of behavior would you need to see from Trump to think that he probably wanted violence to happen on January 6th?
Anything that indicated that at all.
Like, give me an example of something that he could say or do.
I can't just make something up because it didn't happen. So like, I don't know. I'm not that creative.
Methinks you're being humble now because you're creative enough to spin fairy tales and get easily verifiable facts wrong.
What happened to us was my youngest daughter got hurt by a vaccine when she was a baby. We didn't have any we had no problem with vaccines until she got hurt.
Right.
So if you got in a car accident, you'd never drive again. If you burned your tongue, you'd never eat hot food again.
Don't be fucking stupid.
Shame you weren't anti-vax before your daughter was born. Then she could have experienced all the lovely diseases that kids used to die from before we created the technology. But hey, maybe if you have more kids, they can die of smallpox or polio.
Like the bloody video.